you crafty cats and kittens, wouldn't it be amazing if for some nominal amount of money, say 55 cents, you could show somebody that you're thinking about them? This technology does exist. It's called a stamp. You could write a letter to your loved ones. That would be great. But I have a few more decorative options for you today using things that you might have around the house. So the first card I have to show you is a cross-stitched card. And the second one I have is a string art card. Now I will be honest, I did have blank cards at home that I used to make these, but if you have cardstock, that's perfect. If you have thicker blank paper, that would be great. And I mean, if you have boxes of food in the house, they come in this wonderful lightweight cardboard with an oh so trendy craft paper color background. So if you have cardboard, you can make these. You don't even need a needle. I have a paper clip with a piece of thread taped to the end. You could use that. Needle will be easier, I will admit, but you can do this in a pinch. You don't even need thread. Maybe you have twine, string, curling ribbon. If you're creative, you can find a way to do this. So stay tuned and we will make some stitchy cards today. To make your cross-stitch card, you'll need something to use for the card, be it cardstock, paper, or cardboard. I printed some graph paper online because I didn't have any graph paper, but you could also freehand it. You'll need something pokey. You could use a paper clip, but an awl is even better. You'll need tape, some kind of stringy thing, be it thread or yarn or whatever. You'll need a needle or paper clip, writing utensils, and scissors. I know that looked like a lot of stuff, but I just wanted to give you some options. This is all you really need. Draw your design in X's on the graph paper, or you can freehand it if you like. A monogram initial might be kind of a cool option. Scribble on the back with some pencil so that you can transfer your design, and then arrange it on the card where you like it, and carefully make a little mark at each intersection where the X's will be sewn, so you have a template for where to poke. Here I have used a paper clip to make my first hole. Paper clip works fine, but if you have an awl, it will make neater holes. So I've done the first few with the paper clip, but then I'm going to poke the rest of them using my awl. Thread your needle if you have it, otherwise you can create a needle using a straightened out paper clip or a piece of wire with some thread taped to it. The more narrow you can make it, the easier it will pass through the holes that you've punched. Let's get cross-stitching. So coming from the back side of your card, you will thread your needle or your paper clip through one of the holes. Pull most of the thread through, and then you will be taping the tail end somewhere discreetly on the back. Just make sure that you don't tape over any of the holes you've punched, because it'll make it a whole lot harder to do the rest of your stitches. Now you'll just thread your needle or paper clip through all of the holes and create the X's to make your design. Once you've finished stitching your card, you'll just tape the end of your thread on the back side of your design. Ta-da! To make your string art card, lightly trace or freehand a simple shape onto your card. You'll be erasing the marks later. Then take either your needle or your paper clip, something pokey, and make holes along the outline of your shape. Just make sure you're doing an even number. I tried to go back and forth so that way I would have a fairly even distribution of holes. From here, you'll erase the outline and thread your needle. Similar to the cross-stitch card, you'll bring your needle or paper clip with the thread almost all the way through, and then just tape the end somewhere on the back side of the design. You'll be running the thread from one hole to its counterpart on the opposite side of the design, and then you'll just move one hole over on each side, kind of going opposite. So as you can see, I'm moving in a clockwise direction around the holes from opposite sides. If you run out of thread partway through, no problem, just tape what you've got and then thread your needle again. When you're completely finished, you'll do the same thing where you tape the end on the back side of the card and then just trim the excess. And that's all there is to it. We would love to see what you make.